So how does diversity management influence the leadership? Increased globalization has created many challenges, including the need to design effective multinational organizations, to identify and select appropriate leaders for these entities, and to manage organizations with culturally diverse employees. An executive needs to develop bespoke leadership attributes tailored to the unique culture within where or she works. The Globe study can help us to understand how does diversity management influence the leadership. The Globe study itself represents global leadership and organizational behavior effectiveness. In the central finding of the Globe study, it is that national culture influences leadership behavior indirectly through the leadership expectations of society. Globe established 9 culture dimensions built on the findings by Hofstede, Schwartz, Smith, and Engelhardt, and etc. It has also examined 112 leaders' characteristics such as models and autonomous and generated 21 leadership skills and conceptually reduced to 6 styles. We hope you will understand better, so here are some examples. Communication skill is important to leaders, but how does these skills are perceived differs among and within cultures? And what constitutes a good communicator is likely to vary greatly across cultures. Assertiveness is a way of communication. American managers are more assertive and likely to provide directions to subordinates on a face-to-face basis, while Japanese managers are likely to use written memos and less confrontational. In the United States, subordinates are usually provided negative feedback directly from their supervisors, while in Japan, such feedback is usually channeled through a peer of the subordinates. These differences reflect the US individualistic norm of brute honesty and the Japanese collectivism norm of face saving. The second example is Australia. Being a low power distance country, leaders actually encourage independent thought and contribution to problem solving and expect to be challenged. This is the charismatic and participative leadership. On the other hand, in a high power distance country like China, leaders are self-protective style and expect to resolve dispute as well as make all difficult decisions by themselves. And another example is, as we mentioned before, the culture mapping from Mayer. One of the skills from her is about trusting. It can be defined as task-based and relationship. In some countries, people don't really care about trusting each other because they are trusting more about their law system to enforce contracts, so business negotiation focus on what is practical. For example, Americans and Germans belong to the task-based country because they prefer to build their trust through business-related activities, which means that work relationship is more based on high performance of the work. If you can do a good work, whether the leaders or the colleagues will trust you and enjoy working with you.